Derry Brian, County Galway, Ireland.
Yes! That ground feels very spongy, doesn't it?
What's this now, Dylan?
This is where it all happens.
We're meant to walk straight into a bog here. Is that a good idea?
Yeah, well, there's a landslide, sure, so all the bog is gone.
Mighty adventure coming up,
Yeah,
folks.
that's it.
It sounded very dramatic, alright. Well, definitely better than right or left.
Derry Brian Wind Farm. At the time it was built with 70 turbines, among the largest of wind farms in Europe. It all went wrong here in 2003 when disaster struck.
A 30-foot fir tree being swept across a roadway and what was once a riverbed on the outskirts of Derry Brian this morning. All day long, these Christmas tree-sized trees continue to glide and slide down the mountainside. At the weekend, a 20-foot high dam was built here to halt the mud flow. It was to prove totally ineffective.
The building works caused the saturated bog soil to go sliding down the hill. We will try and follow the path of the Bog Landslide down to the main river stem, hoping to find clues on the way that still tell some of the story, what happened here almost 20 years ago.
What is going on here?
She's comfier than at home.
You better. Rescue coming in.
Smooth Gefixt hour.
Take care about nature. We got a man, Brian. He's back.
We got our man Brian.
Smooth Gefixt famous. Mighty adventure coming up,
Yeah,
folks.
that's it.
It's our trickle. Follow the trickle into the river.
Any west feet?
No, not yet.
I'd take this now over the briar trap over there. That was a one-way ticket.
Yes.
Oh.
You think this got all washed over by the bog?
For sure, you could see it here. It just got pushed in. You see?
Pretty impressive.
But would someone still have lived there at that time?
Doesn't look like it.
No. Which is a good thing. Otherwise he'd be blocked in for a few days, I'd say. She held though. Huh? She held.
Like the whole house could have been.
That probably the whole bank was probably here.
Probably
like
was,
up
yeah.
again it.
This farmhouse, which was unoccupied at the time, was damaged by the slow-moving bog and mudslide. Local residents say they're extremely concerned at what happened here.
Peace started moving out of the bog and it came down to the forest, down to Quilcha, about 10 foot high, flowed through the forest.
But for families living on the mountainside around Derry Brian, the biggest worry is that it may not yet be over.
People be messing.
You see the branches, they're being folded over. And you have all the peat, like it'd be up this high, like.
Or do you see it even higher?
Once again today, the slow-moving avalanche of mud and bog water carried huge trees down the mountainside and over a now submerged bridge on what was the link road between Derry Brian and Lough Ray. Hopes of stemming the flow at this makeshift barrier were quickly abandoned. 3 separate barriers are now being constructed in a bid to curtail the landslide, which has already caused extensive damage to farmland and forestry and is threatening to massively pollute local rivers. Tonight, the hope is that heavy rain will not trigger even more disastrous bog slides. Jim Fahey, RTE News, Derry Brian, County Galway.
Looks like a bad day here now. Are you sure you're on the right track here?
Me?
Yeah. No.
Follow the riverbed through the flat.
Is it? Is it good? Yeah?
Well, definitely better than right or left.
Good man, Brian.
Hey man, it's great.
What's the crack? Are you well?
Yeah, loving life, man.
Dylan's rude now. Looks dodgy, alright. Going in the sinkhole.
Yeah, good look.
Oh! Oh, good man. Jeez, that was the most girly voice I've put up in a long time.
It sounded very dramatic, alright.
Hey, thanks for catching me, Brian. Slippy stuff there, Brian. Be careful now. There's no end in sight. You have to grab. Yeah, good man, good man.
Go on, Shorty.
Ow. Nice.
Just before 3 o'clock, the first of the newly constructed barriers began to crumble, and thousands of tons of rock, debris and fallen trees were swept over the top of the makeshift dam. The priority now was to protect this key bridge on the main road in and out of the village.
As we had taken a little shortcut away from the river bedding, we weren't completely sure here about our exact location. On this little adventure, there wasn't much map and compass work anyways, as all we got to do is follow the river downstream. But first, it was time for a break.
Now fellas, have a good read for lunch.
Oh yeah?
Thanks, mate.
It's actually here that the tributary, which we have followed all the way from its spring upon the bog, meets the main stem. We will now follow the main river further down. Later on this trip, it will bring us past some of the wildest forests that still can be found in this area.
Bit of fertilizer.
Why? Just drive in the river and dunk it there.
Yep.
You've got stuff to give out about the farmers over there.
Yes, I have. I have indeed. How's your boot situation?
Great.
Well, fellas, guess what time it is? It's here no more about your boots being wet time.
This sucks, man. I tried to stay dry.
What did you just do, Dylan?
I just walked here. I went down to my knee, man. It's just
Boot fix!
Why not? You go through the same hole. Ay, ay, ay.
You're looking on the route.
Well, I just turned off my tracker, you know. Anyway, we've done 9k.
Total. Another 4 now.
Yeah. What way you gonna do it?
I thought here.
One strike?
Ja, wat is dit? Easy, ouwe, easy. What do you got here now, Dylan?
On the fire. This is Dave Canterbury's coffee canteen set.
What is the canteen part about it?
Well, that you can eat out of it as well.
A canteen, I think about something that can also hold water.
The diamond shape. How do you go about that?
The diamond shape?
Yeah?
I tried, but there was enough room.
Don't have enough room at all?
No.
Okay.
Now that you say that. Well, you have actually more room than Dylan. Really? It looks like it. Distance between the trees, like.
Yeah. You only have two sides.
Yeah, you only
two
need
packs
two
to-
side lines with pack. Handy.
Pretty handy, yeah.
Real nice. That's that camping feeling now. Lads, how is the camping feeling?
Great, man.
I mean, Brian, are you winning?
No, yes.
Are you happy?
Of course.
How's your good old camping tent packs going?
Oh, you've seen those, is it?
Oh, this here, bushcraft is happening over here.
Well, carriage is done. The hours will be due, no?
Well, I hope so.
First one?
Yeah.
It's hot.
Nice and crunchy, good bite.
Done?
Yeah. Some sleep, Alpi Mountains steak. Kind of something earlier this week.
Morning, folks. The sleeping setup all looks a bit gammy, but don't mind about that now. Brian, how's the fire going? Perhaps you should have dragged us out of bed earlier. As long as I can remember, I've been up at sunrise, but today I was like, no, we don't. Finishing the trip will be problematic. Hobby. Nice pants. Oh Jesus, are we making Brokeback Mountain? Hobby, how is the sleeping setup?
Yeah, good.
It looks good. It looks not as gammy as mine. Absolute gammy setup we have here now today. It's our ice fall through space blanket with a lot of patched up holes. You see even the burn marks here. And an emergency space blanket as a cover item. And they don't have any spare clothes, food or water. Yeah, needed the space blanket to keep me warm, of course. Did you sleep well, Brian?
Yeah, cozy and all last night.
Brian be like, oh Jesus, now he's gotten the camera on me again.
All good.
New underkilt, expensive Dawn stuff, but I've yet to figure out what's the proper way to attach it. Only attach it last evening for the first time now. This is definitely not the way, but it worked well. And yeah, overkill would be great, efficient with lightweightness, but still have my summer sleeping bag, which is quite old now. So it was a bit chilly from the top, not from the bottom. So that's why I brought in the space blanket in the middle of the night. We're probably close to the morning.
Well, this is the riverbed, right? Riverbed is the riverbed. There's a UK supplier, but it's a pain now with Brexit. to get anything from the UK. Back in the day, all they had was metal and glass, and they dumped that on the wall or behind the house or something like that. But they had relatively less rubbish, I guess. And then as the technology advanced really quickly, all of a sudden they had a bunch of plastic and stuff. Didn't know what to do with it, and they just dump it in the same place.
And maybe on the countryside they wouldn't be quick to have a good rubbish.
No, exactly.
General rubbish system.
They had the rubbish before they had any system, I imagine. Huh?
Even now you pay, of course, to have a bin. People don't want to pay.
Maybe.
But what do you do? What was your new word yesterday? A snooker.
We were snookers a few times.
We need a good documentary here with eyewitnesses. Brian was there, guys. Brian was there that day.
Yeah.
Good day of the Derry Brian accident.
For a dog. 2 days later, alright. It's mad.
Party on the roadside to watch the bog slide.
Of course, yeah.
What else would you be at?
Sitting in the wood, just in the area there before the bridge. But not so much for the people in the area, I suppose.
No, as we seen that house today.
Yeah.
I think the stats say, but that could be over exaggerated now, that 50 to 100,000 fish would have died.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good, alright. That river would be decimated, wouldn't it?
But the problem is that it's all the way from the top.
Yeah,
so
but
it starts at the top.
you still have the upstream section.
It basically just flushed the whole lot out, didn't it?
I think you are the most professional sleeping setup here now of us all, Brian. Again, Brian is making the views. Look at this now.
Shit.
Look at this. We need Brian every trip now to show off his.
advice for us?
So this is full DD, right?
Full DD setup, yeah. The tarp.
And also DD sleeping bag.
Yeah, the Jura 2. First time with that now. It's rated to -5, but I think it only got to about 0 last night, but it was really, really cozy. Can't complain at all.
And you are the Corinthia.
The Corinthia setup. I was messing here, like, I had no idea how to attach this. I never put it up before. It would be there in the dark. So when I went in yesterday, this was like way lower than my hammock. So I had to like readjust, but I got it pretty good, I think. Huh?
Looks good.
Mosquito net, definitely overkill. I sort of strapped it over the top here with the flashlight.
And when you go in it, is there still space between your hammock and the kill?
Just a little air, like a centimeter of air, you know, the way it's snug.
Well, that sounds good.
That I think that should be good. Yeah, it was good. But summer sleeping bag over the top, I was a little chilly in the morning, so I put this jacket over my legs. I did another snooze then after that.
You can now watch part 2 of this adventure on my second channel, which I just relaunched into my first names, Julius Sylvan. In the second part, we'll venture further downriver, going through some of Ireland's most wild native forests. See you there, and please do consider subscribing over there for more nature-related content.